All right, so we're here, SAFC Fan TV, and we're with you for a special program today where we are going to give you our SAFC Fan TV prediction League One for the positions where we think everyone is going to finish this season. Jacob is not available because he's at a barbecue playing with his sausage. And but with us today, we got the Mad Mistake. We've got Sean Middleton, we got Dino, Michael Bowers, and myself, Wee Philly. So what we're going to do, we're going to go through each of the teams in League One, have a little quick chat about them, and then we're going to we'll tell you where we have them in each of our own individual predicted leagues, and then we're going to put them into a league table and end up with a finished SAFC Fan TV league table, and hopefully we won't fall out too much and argue too much over this. So we're going to start, we'll go alphabetical order, and we're going to start with Hackington Stanley, who are they? And who wants to kick us off? Mad Mistake, I think. Go on.
He's done the research to kick off.
Stanley. They've been in League One for a couple of years now, and John Coleman, the manager, they finished in 17th place last season. They only won 10 matches. They drew 10, they lost 15. -6 goal difference. I think they've sold over 700k worth of players this season, and they've only brought in 400k worth of players. I predict that their time in League One is up, and I think they're going to finish in 21st position and be the last team to be relegated.
All right,
sorry,
fair enough. Sean?
Sorry, fans.
And I think they'll just finish outside the relegation zones. I think they've got a couple of decent players, and I think I've tipped them. They've gone down the last 2 seasons, but they've managed to stay up. So I think I'll tip them again to just avoid relegation.
So what have you got them in your league? In fact, I might even...
Me league tables is in the WhatsApp, and I'm
Don't
using
worry,
the phone.
we'll find out. I'll find out where you've got them. Hang on. You've got them in 20th in your league table. Dino, Accrington Stanley.
For me, Accrington, they always give a good go. They don't have the most talented player, but they've got a lot of passion. I think they will avoid relegation, so I'm going to place them in 19th.
19th, so that's not too bad. Michael Bowers.
Accrington Stanley, obviously, they do tend to give teams, like Dino said, they give teams a good go. I don't think we've had a remotely easy, well, certainly when they came up with the Stadium of Light, they gave us a really tough game when we only rescued a draw from that. John Coleman's done terrifically to keep them stable in League One. But I think I'm with Terry. I think they'll just about get relegated. I've got them to finish 21st, but I wouldn't be shocked with the spirit that they've got if they did end up surviving. So 21st for me. 21st for you. Myself, like Sean says, they've done pretty well, considering over the last couple of seasons. So I don't have them going down. I think they'll do. I think they'll struggle. I think they'll be in a relegation battle. But for me, I've got them at in 20th position. Michael, where did you have them in your league? 21st.
21st. So you're saying go down. So where are we going to put them in our league then? Mad Mistake and Michael said they go down. What did you say, Dino?
Said 19th. 19th.
So me, you, and Sean are saying that they're going to stay up.
You.
So is everybody happy with? I think you're outvoted for going down. 3 say they're going to stay up. 2 say they're going to go down.
20th place, tonight. 20th place.
20th. I'm happy with 20th.
I'm happy with 20th.
All agreed with that. Right. So in 20th place, Accrington Stanley. Staying up. Congratulations to Accrington. You've stayed up. Well done. So next up then, AFC Wimbledon. Brand new ground they've got. Is that this season? It's all finished, isn't it? Am I right to believe? So again, Mad Mistake then. Wimbledon.
Wimbledon just avoided the relegation last season by 1 position. Now, if it had been in the normal season, they would have been relegated in 20th place. Sorry, 21st place. Or whatever. But Glyn Hodges is the manager. They've only been around since 2002. They've been struggling and borderline relegation for a couple of seasons. Again, great fan base. I met some great fans from Wimbledon. And I think the football, the kind of football they play, I think they're going to get found out this season. I think they'll finish rock bottom in 24th place.
Yeah, so you're going for bottom of the league. Right then, Sean?
Really, I sent you me thingies, obviously, in the WhatsApp.
23rd.
So,
Yeah, 23rd.
I've got them as 23rd, aye?
Yeah.
Right. See, I can't remember the 4 teams.
It's all right. We'll keep you right. But
I quickly done it before we and the laptop was playing up. So Wimbledon, I see they're finishing in the bottom 4. I think they gave us a good game last season at their place. The season before, but I think they've gone down this season.
Dino?
Wimbledon's a funny one. I don't think they'll go down. I think they'll just scrape it. I do. I think there's worse teams than them in the league, and especially the ones who have come up. So I'm going to put them in 20th. I think they'll finish one below Accrington on my table anyway. I think they'll go about 20th on my table.
Right, fair dues. Michael?
Again, I agree with the mad mistake on this one. Wimbledon have given us a good game the times that they've played us since dropping into League One. Like last season, we beat them 3-1, but it took 2 second-half goals to get the win there. Although we won that day. But the 2 games in 18-19 in Jack Ross's whole season, we only won by 1 goal both times. Gave us a really good run for our money. And it's exactly the same thing that technically they don't have the best team in the league by a long shot, but like Accrington, they give you a really good goal. But I do think Wimbledon's, like Mad Mistake said, last season, Tranmere were very aggrieved by the fact that they probably would have stayed up if it weren't for points per game. So Wimbledon were quite lucky there. So I think their luck will run out. Sad, I like them, but I think they'll finish bottom.
So you're going 24th as well then. Right then, for myself, I think they were very lucky to stay up this season, because had it been a normal league, a normal season, they just scraped it and stayed up. I did myself take into account a brand new ground. Maybe get a few more fans going than what they normally would. Well, if fans are allowed back in. I've still got them tipped to go down. I've got them 21st. I've got them 4th bottom to go down. So I think on that score, 4 of us are saying go down. Dino's saying that they're just going to stay up. So I think they're going to be going down. So it's just trying to agree on what position they're going to be. 2 of you say bottom. So are we going to put them bottom in our league, 24th?
I don't think they'll finish bottom, but I think they'll be in the bottom 4.
Well, I think they'll finish 21st, but I mean, I've got 21st. You've got...
I'm happy to go 23rd.
23rd, are we?
All right. I think they'll just gone down. I think they'll be the last. I think they could be the last relegation place.
Right. Well, let's we'll have a vote on it, and yes, we voted 23rd. There you go. It's got to go on numbers, Sean. So at least they're going down either way. So once again, Wimbledon fans, if you're watching, we do apologise. And if you do go down to League 2, I'm sure you would come straight back up because you've not got a bad little side and a nice little new ground you've got there as well. So that's what we think for Wimbledon. So moving on, we do like to be beside the seaside. Blackpool. Again, we'll start with Mad Mistake. Mad Mistake is the man with all the facts and figures. So away.
Right, Blackpool. They finished 13th last season. Now, I've heard a few people saying they've improved the squad over the season. They've also taken on Ethan Robson, our Sunderland ex-player, and I think Ethan Robson will have a good season at Blackpool, and I wish him all the best at Blackpool. Now, Blackpool's manager, I'm not sure the Blackpool manager is this moment in time, but they've market value of getting rid of 2 million worth of players. They've brought in $1 million worth of players plus, and I think they'll improve their position this season. They won't make the playoffs, but I think they'll go from 13th last season to 10th this season. So I'm going to put them in 10th place.
10th place for you, right? Sean?
I think I put them. Have you got me tables there?
13th.
13th. I was going to say 13th. See, I've done it quickly as well. I think they'll finish. I think they'll finish around about mid-table. I don't think they're good enough to challenge for the top 6 or anything like that. So I think it'll just be a mid-table finish. I think the squad. I don't think the squad's as good as last season. So I'll see mid-table.
All right, fair dues. Dino?
Blackpool, they've improved the midfield. They've lost the striker, which is bad, but I don't know who they've replaced him with. But I think they'll probably do about ninth. I think because last season they were up there and then they tailed off. I think they might do it again, but I think they're about ninth for me.
Right, ninth for you. Michael?
Blackpool, I really, really like as a club. They were part of when they were in the Prem. They were part of the reason I got into football, actually. But anyway, Blackpool. I can't remember his name, but I think they've got the former Liverpool Academy, one of the former Liverpool Academy coaches, as head coach of Blackpool. And this is his first full season because obviously he took over from Simon Grayson last season.
Neil Critchley.
Neil Critchley, that's it. Yes, Neil Critchley. At least I think
love Google. I love Google.
Fair enough. Oh yeah, you got the advantage. They've also signed Dimitri Mitchell as well, who was linked with was on trial with Sunderland. They signed him. I think it's probably will be a good signing for them. I think it's going to be. I think it could be an experiment season. Blackpool for me could potentially push for the playoffs, but I think they're going to finish 14th. I think a solid mid-table finish. Whether Blackpool fans deem that good enough, I don't know, but that's where I think they'll finish 14th.
That's not bad. We're all probably around about the same understanding with that. Blackpool. I like Blackpool. Probably because, I worked a lot in Blackpool, the good away days, stay overnight and stuff like that. Good little team. I feel for them when they went through the times with the owners and all that. And when fans stop going and stuff like that. And as a football fan, you've got to feel for other teams when they're going through that. I've got them down as 11th place myself. I think it'll be comfortably mid-table. So between us, we've got 10th, 13th, 9th, 14th, and 11th. So what about we say 12th place for our...
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Everybody okay with that? Right, so Blackpool we have in 12th place in our predicted league. All right, so well done to Blackpool. Comfortable. No relegation battles, no promotion battles, and you're mid-table. And we'll hope, well, it would have been nice to see the Seaside the season after, but hopefully we won't be here. But anyway, moving on.
League Two, no.
Bristol Rovers. We're going to move to the man with all the facts. The Mad Mistake's going to tell you all about Bristol Rovers.
Well, Bristol Rovers play the football at the Memorial Stadium. Ben Garner's the manager, and they finished in 14th place last season. Now, I know they've lost Clark Harris, but I do think they will slightly improve their league position this season. They've got Jack Baldwin from Sunderland, the centre-back, who I think will have a good season next season for them. And they've got a young lad, 17-year-old young lad called Kieran Phillips, not Kevin Phillips, and he's a centre-forward as well, so I wish him all the best in the future. But I think Bristol Rovers will be like Blackpool, will improve the position a touch, and they'll finish in the 11th place for me.
So 11th, mid-table, nice and comfortable. Sean, on your predicted league, Bristol Rovers, you're saying will finish...
Ninth.
Ninth, indeed they will. So why ninth, Sean?
I think they're a tough team to beat. I don't think they'll get in the top six. I don't think they'll get in the top six, but I can see them finishing between mid-table to the playoffs. Do you know what I mean? I know they lost the best player with Harris, but I think when we played them down there, the place off the park, but we were absolutely gutless that day. It was the last game before the lockdown went up. But I think they'll finish around about just outside the playoffs, but just up from mid-table.
Right, fair dues. Dino?
Bristol Rovers. For me, I don't think they're nothing special, to be honest. I've put them as 15th. I don't think they'll do anything spectacular. They've lost the striker. Baldwin has his up and down days. Maybe he might not fit in at Bristol. I just think 15th. I think the season's just going to be a plain boring one for them, to be honest.
Sorry, what position did you say? 15th?
15th. Right,
okay. And Michael?
Oh, Bristol Rovers, that lovely game in March. Yeah, okay. Bristol Rovers, obviously, first of all, One Rovers Vlogs is probably going to be watching this, so he's probably hoping we're nice to him. Bristol Rovers fans had been quite confident of doing something this season, but obviously that's from their perspective. I don't know much about what they've done. If they'd kept Clark Harris, I would have probably said for them to finish actually right below the playoffs, because they did actually start well last season. They just tailed away later on. Jack Baldwin, I actually think, will do well at Bristol Rovers because I don't think he could handle playing for Sunderland. But at Bristol Rovers, with all due respect, the expectation probably isn't going to be as much on him. So I actually think he will. I wouldn't be shocked if he did well. Despite that, I think they're going to finish 10th. They might push for the playoffs initially, but fall away a little bit. But I don't know. I can't remember where they finished last year, but I think 10th is probably about right for them.
Right, so 10th place there. Right, for me, last season, 14th, they finished.
Okay.
Yes, a little plug for Charlie from One Rovers Vlogs will actually be on our channel on Thursday Live, doing a little preview before we play Bristol Rovers on Saturday. Myself, I love Bristol Rovers. I've got a couple of friends who support Bristol Rovers, and also the Bristol Rovers fans are the best fans we've had up at the Wheat Sheaf. There was loads and loads of them, and there's a group of about 20 of them. Every time they're in the Northeast, they always come wherever I'm DJing, anything like that. They're up for the weekend, and they're a lovely set of lads. There's no bother. It's all friendly banter, and so they're brilliant. And so for that, I haven't got them going down. Certainly not. I've got them mid-table, and I've got them at 13th myself. So we've got 11th, 9th, 15th, 10th, 13th. So suggestions, the mid-table. Where do you want them?
Is
11th or 13th?
I'd say 11th.
Yeah, I see 11th, like.
Providing 11th
That's
is
the
not
13th myself.
could go either.
Dino, what
I
you
think
saying?
I think 11th is too high for them. I do.
Right, so you're saying 13th as well?
I'd say 13th.
Right, so the deciding call is on you, Mad Mistake. 11th or 13th?
Well, 13th still an improvement on last season, so put it as 13th.
Right, Bristol Rovers are 13th. Right now, I had intended to go in alphabetical order, right, with this, but when I've looked down, I've always intended to do Sunderland last, which we will, right? But then second last would be Wigan. Now, I think Wigan are going to cause the biggest split between us. Yeah. Now, if all the places are taken up in the league, then there's less places where we can put Wigan. So I think if we do Wigan now, and we can all decide where we think they're going to finish in the league, and there's plenty of empty places where we can put them. So, Wigan Athletic, my hometown club, relegated, but due to the points deduction, we're going to start with the Mad Mistake, who has got all the facts on Wigan Athletic. Away you go.
Well, I'm very disappointed with Wigan going down. I thought Wigan should have stayed up. They were really unlucky last season. They were mid-table side. Paul Cook's done a fantastic job what he did with Wigan last season. They're one of the best form league sides in the back end of the season, and it only went down because they deducted 12 points, and ever since then, players have been leaving left, right, and centre. They've gone into administration and all that, and it's been awful for Wigan. It's been awful for the fans. I think they will go. I think things will get worse before they get better. I think there'll be more players leaving. I don't even know if Paul Cook will actually stay there very long at Wigan. I don't know if he's going to be there for the full season. Will he stay there for a couple of matches? He might just get sick and leave. I don't know exactly how they're faring at the moment with more players coming in. But I think, for me, players like teams like Wigan and Bolton are going to go backwards before they come forward again. So I'm going to go for Wigan to finish in 22nd place to get relegated this season. To get relegated.
Right.
But I wish them all the best.
Right. Sean, on your predicted league, you got Wigan in 10th place. So give us your thoughts on that.
Well, I know this is going to be the one where divided the most opinions, but if they kept the players, obviously Kiefer Moores, he's a quality striker. I mean, Jamal Lowe, but all these players are going to be leaving. If they kept them players, I honestly thought they would have been challenging for the top two. Did Paul Cook not resign? My mistake.
I think he might have done.
He resigned. He had a falling out. He resigned, I believe, and he's a good manager. So I don't think they'll get relegated like what Terry, my mistake, says. But I think they'll finish about mid-table. I think it's going to be a bit of a struggle at first, but I think once they find their feet, they'll be all right, and I think they'll be comfortable. They'll definitely not gone down. I don't think anyway.
Right, Dino.
I'm with Terry, mate. I think things will get worse because things don't really tend to get better. Look at Bolton. For me, I think they will go down. I am putting them in 22nd, the same as Terry. I do think there's teams worse than Wigan who have came up. So I'm going to put them in 22nd. I still think they've got players to lose. And I just think the whole club's on a downward spiral at the minute. And it'll probably keep going down.
All right.
22nd for me.
So 22nd. Michael?
Wigan was definitely, when I was doing my table, Wigan is the hardest one for me to do because you literally don't know if they're gonna lose more players, if they're gonna even be able to bring more players in, and it's just a whole car crash at the minute. So EFL, sort your stuff out with Wigan because it's ridiculous. Where they're gonna finish, I originally at one point had them in the relegation zone, but I did think I'm actually with Sean. I think they might have enough to, depending on what they do in the window, could have enough to stay up. But I've put 18th. But I literally, you could put Wigan anywhere, and I couldn't tell you if I didn't think I would be surprised or not. So,
well, you've got 18th, yes.
Yeah, 18th. So hopefully, as long as Sunderland takes 6 points off them, good luck. You know.
Right then, again, I agree with what you're saying with Wigan. I think they was unlucky that they came down because even with the point reduction, they almost made it. I agree. It's the most difficult team to predict in this league because had they kept the players coming down, I would have had them going straight back up in the top two.
Yeah, as well.
Without a doubt. Because they weren't even relegation candidates in the Championship, really. Like I said, they've gone down by default. Difficult one to call. They are, losing these players will have a big effect on them. I don't think they'll go down. I understand what you're saying about where's the likes of Bolton and teams like that go backwards before they go forward. I still think they'll have enough because there was still a decent Championship side. I think even losing some quality players, I still think they'll be good enough. I've got them mid-table. I've got them in 12th place is where I have them. So on that account, we've got 3 staying up, 2 going down. Yeah. So we say they're going to stay up. We've got to agree a league place. So anywhere between 14th and 19th is available.
Best of asking my mistake and Dino because they've obviously said they're going to go down. So just ask them. Really.
Yeah, but they'll probably say 19th then, will you?
I would say that.
Well, I would say
it's the closest one to 22, isn't it? So
yeah, but I would go 14th because it's the closest one to mine. So here we go. We're going to end up in the.
I'd go 18th because mine exactly.
And, Sean, you said 10th or 14th. Yeah. I think we'll go between. Right. What about 17th? Can we all agree on 17th? Is everybody happy with that?
19th or 17th? 19th or 17th? Which one's the bottle opener in?
Right.
One or this one?
Right hand.
This one?
Right hand. The right hand.
That's his left.
Right.
That's your left hand. Your right hand. Your right hand. What is it?
My right hand.
17th then.
Yeah, 17th.
That'll do. Right. So, right. So
imagine deciding the fate of Wigan Athletic.
So Wigan, you're going to finish 17th just because we chose the right hand. So Wigan, we feel your pain. Obviously, Wigan fans going through what you're going through, but at least you should have enough to stay up, and hopefully after that you'll be able to kick on and build. So Wigan Athletic, we've got in 17th place in our league. So moving on, Burton Albion. Once again, the man with all the facts, the mad mistake, Burton Albion.
Well, Burton Albion finished in 12th place last season and the only team to have a 0-goal difference. They scored 50 goals, led in 50 goals. So they're pretty decent side. They won 12 matches, they drawn 12 matches, they lost almost 12, they lost 11 matches. And I love Nigel Clough, got a massive soft spot for Nigel Clough, son of the great man himself, Brian. And he's been there since 2015. Been there since 2015. And I do think Burton are steadily getting worse as a club. they've let about 6 players go. They've brought in 6 players. I still think they've got enough to stay in the league, but I think they'll finish in 14th place this season and drop 2 league positions.
Right. Well, just very quickly, Nigel Clough isn't the manager anymore because he's...
Oh, he's left as well?
I left.
He left a few months ago.
Yeah, but never mind. But you can still... It doesn't matter, Mad Mistake. You can still have a soft.
Oh, they're going down now. They're going down. That's it. That's it.
You can still have a soft spot. Still have a soft spot for Nigel Clough. All right.
Right, bring him to Sunderland.
Yeah. Good point. Sean, you've got Burton Albion. When I find them, you've got them in 17th place on your predicted league. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I based that on obviously because Nigel Clough left a few months ago. I think he did a cracking job. Nigel Clough got them promoted in the state. He's obviously stayed them in League One. I can see them having a bit of a struggle. I can't see them going down, but I think they'll just be outside the relegation zones. I think they'll be all right, but I think they will struggle at times through the course of the season. But I think that's just down to Nigel Clough leaving. So I was based on that.
Right. Okay. So Dino, Burton Albion.
Burton, I think they're just going to be another, for me, Bristol, where they're not going to do too much. They're just going to be safely, I think, 14th. I just when Mad Mistake said 14th, I went, oh, God's sake, it just feels like I'm copying off him now. But I've said 14th as well, because I just think they're not great, but they're not the worst. They're just average and they always give us a game. And like you say, canny little club, so I'm going to stick them in 14th place.
Right, okay. I think obviously you've been on the phone to the Mad Mistake and, what do you think? What clothes are you wearing and all that?
Okay. A bit concerning.
So, Michael Bowers then. Burton Albion.
Can I predict for us to finally beat them at home? Because I haven't beaten them at home since we started playing them, which is pretty embarrassing. I'm kind of similar with Dino. I think that they're going to be nothing special. Not going to be too low down the league for me, but not going to be in the playoffs. Saying that, I've gone for 11th, so top half finish, 11th place, but nothing more than that, I don't think.
Right, fair enough. That's 12th last time. Good little side. I do think Nigel Clough leaving, well, it's one of them. It can go either way, can't it? Quite like Burton, they're all right. I've got them down in 10th place, which is the highest out of any of us. I certainly don't think they'll struggle. Mid-table, 10th place is what I've got. So we've ended up with a 14th, a 17th, a 14th, 11th, and a 10th. So on that score, I would say a couple of places which are free here, 11th and 14th. Between those two, what would you say?
14th.
11th.
14th, since there's two, we said 14.
14th, yeah.
14th, 3, right, there you go. Right, we'll stick them in 14th, just under Bristol Rovers. So, Burton Albion fans, mid-table, comfortable season for you. So enjoy yourselves in League One. But like Michael Bowers says, can you at least let us win at home against you for
preferably both sides, but especially at home.
Well, there you go then. Right then, so moving on. One of the teams which got relegated, the team that beat us in the playoff final, Charlton Athletic, the man with all the facts, the Mad Mistake.
Well, I did have all the facts, but he didn't tell us the Clough left, did he? On that he didn't tell us Nigel Clough left. Anyway, Charlton, have they lost Lyle Taylor? Is that right?
Yeah.
Rangers, isn't it? You got any Rangers?
Something like that. I think
London Forest was the first.
Sorry?
Oh, sorry.
Lyle Taylor's at Nottingham Forest. He declined to play for Charlton in the post-lockdown games. He didn't sign a new contract for the end of that season.
Now, I was talking to a few Charlton fans, and they seem a bit downbeat about the season. They've only brought in a couple of players, not many players this season. I know they got relegated last season, and they almost stayed up. And Lee Boyer, the manager that we don't all particularly like, but you have to give respect where respect's due, because he did a good to beat us in the final. They came from nowhere to get into the playoffs. I think I'm right then, and I think Charlton will do the same sort of thing. I think they'll start off steady and they'll get stronger as the season goes on, and they'll bring in more players. And I do think Charlton will get promoted this season in second place.
Oh, for God's sake, man.
Oh, for God's sake, man. Oh, no. Right, so second place for the Mad Mistake. Sean, on your league, you've got Charlton Athletic in fourth place. Your reasons for that?
And I was looking at Michael's and my mistakes in the group today, and I was thinking, I know one of them put second, so I was thinking, at first I was thinking like automatics in there. I just think that
you shouldn't have looked at them. You should have done it on. That was the best way. But go on, here we go.
I don't think they'll be as good as they were last time in League One for some reason. I'm not sure why. I think Boyer's a decent manager. I did think they would stay up in the Championship. Obviously, they went down in the end, but I think they'll finish thereabouts in the playoffs. I don't think they'll finish in the top two. I think they'll be in the playoffs.
Okie doke. Dino, I'm guessing you've got them down in second place, mate.
Second.
I have. I just think they've come down from the Championship. I don't think they've lost many players. They've still got the same manager. The players will know how to get out this league. Obviously, they've lost Lyle Taylor, but who they've got up front, I'm not 100% sure. There's something about Charlton. I don't know what it is. So I think they will go up automatically. I think they're one of the stronger teams what came down. I did say I was worried about Wigan and Charlton when they came down, but now I'm not as worried about Wigan anymore with them losing all the players. But Charlton, I'm definitely worried about, so I'm definitely saying second for them.
Right, superb. Michael, Charlton Athletic.
I don't agree with Dino and my mistake thinking they'll finish second, because I've tipped them to win the league. It really. The biggest thing is if they can get a decent striker, have a decent striker. Lee Boyer is the reason why I'm tipping them to win the league. I think Lee Boyer's done a very good job, even though they got relegated last season. I think he hasn't had the easiest of circumstances to work with. Obviously, annoyingly beat us at Wembley, but still, I don't know what it is. I think I've just got a sneaky feeling Charlton might actually win the title, and that's largely down to Lee Boyer. So we'll see.
Right, fair dues. Obviously, they got relegated last season. I want to give a shout out to Tyler Rawlinson, who great YouTuber. Me and Terry have both met him. I saw him down when I was down at Wembley for the playoff final. Great YouTuber, so check him out, Charlton fan. Myself, I've also got down Charlton for second place. But I've not been on the phone to the Mad Mistake or Dino. That's what I got down. I do think they'll be strong. They'll be a contender. I've got them in second place. So we have a 2, a 4, a 2, a 1, and a 2. So I think the three second places, right?
The 3 twos.
Yeah, the 3 twos. That's what I'm trying to say. Will determine where they are in our league. So we're going to put them second. Has everybody agreed with that?
That's fair. Got 3 people. That's fair.
And I didn't agree, but obviously just our guesswork, and it's just.
Well, Sean, are you ever pleased? That's what
never pleased.
Yeah. If Sunderland go up next season, Sean's going to look miserable. Like, Sean, you happy they've gone up? Yeah, I suppose.
Right. So what we'll say is to the Charlton fans, congratulations to Charlton. Just one season in League One, and we say that you're going to be promoted back to the Championship. So don't worry too much about being in this league. We are now going to move on to a promoted team from League Two, Crewe Alexandra, up to play with the big boys up here. Once again, the man with nearly all of the facts, the Mad Mistake. Away you go.
Well, Crewe was promoted last season, and well done to Crewe getting out of League Two. Now, I do think they won't stay in League One very long. I think they've improved the squad this season. They've got a young manager. I think his name's David. Is it Atwell or something? Or Artwell? Artell or something? I'm not quite sure. A 39-year-old is his first team he's managed, I think it is. I think he's ambitious. He wants to do well. I think they'll have a decent season in League One. They won't get relegated, but they won't do anything fantastic. I think they'll finish in 16th place, but I do wish them all the best.
16th place for you. All right, then. Sean, in your league, I will tell you, you have Crew in 18th place. Staying up, your reasons for that, Sean?
Just basically agree with what my mistake said there. I think they've just come up, and for some reason, I think they'll not get relegated. I think they'll just finish outside of the relegation places. I'm not sure where I'm quite basing that on. I just for some reason, I don't think they'll go down.
Okay, 18th place for you then. Dino, Crew Alexandra.
I disagree with both of them. I think they will go down. I think teams who come up normally seem to struggle in League One because there's not a big jump, but there's a little bit of a jump in quality. And I don't know, Crew, they're a bit of a smaller club. If they're not getting the fans in, it might not kick the players on. So I've got them down for 23rd place. 23rd.
So you didn't phone the mad mistake up when you were.
No, I didn't phone them on that one.
This was incredible. All right, Michael, Crew Alexandra.
I don't think Dino phoned the mad mistake, but I think I phoned Dino for this one. I agree with that. I've gone 23rd. I don't know what it is. Obviously, I can't base it off anything particularly, but I've got two of the promoted teams to go down. Sadly for Crew, you're one of them. So hopefully, you'll hope. Obviously, I'm drastically wrong. So Phil, looks like you've got the deciding vote here, deciding factor.
Right. Okay then. Well, Crew were promoted automatically in second place from League Two. Again, I don't know a lot about them. Smaller club, and as Dino says, promoted clubs do tend to struggle overall. I've got them down in 22nd place to actually go down. So between us, we've got a 16th and 18th, 23, 23, and 22. So
relegators.
So it's a relegated place, and the ones we've got left are 21, 22, and 24. So what do you want to decide between them? 21, 22, 24?
22. I'm happy with 22.
Yeah.
I didn't tip the gun down. Like, I didn't tip them to get relegated, so I would have said 21, but I've gone with whatever. It's gone with the majority.
Michael, 22 or 24?
Fine, 24.
Well, I'll go 22. So what was that? I've got two, and what we got?
Well, mad mistake hasn't said no.
24.
24.
He said 25. I said 24.
So that's 20... not 22, 24. My mistake.
24. Michael, let Michael decide. Michael, which hand's the monkey in?
Oh no! Oh, which one? I think it could be. Go. Okay, fine.
Hey, well done, lad.
Why don't you just put both hands behind your back and I'll guess?
Hey, listen, I'm gonna put them in 22nd place. Everybody all right with that?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, go on.
Right, so Crew going down. So once again, Crew fans, if you're watching, apologies. I'm sure you'll enjoy your time in League One. Come up the Stadium of Light. We'll all look after you. Well, if you're allowed back in by then, and Crew, but we do think it might be a little bit too much for you, and relegation is where we have you in our league prediction. So next, Doncaster Rovers. He is the man with all the stats. The mad mistake.
Right. Doncaster Rovers finished in 9th place last season, and at one point they were doing really well. Now, the Cape Mode Stadium, Darren Moore, the manager, I think is a really good manager and is doing a good job at Doncaster. Now, a vlogger called 18 Dapper there goes to all the matches and vlogs at the matches. And for whatever reason, I just think that they always seem to surprise me as the seasons go on, different season, the surprises again. They come from nowhere, they have a steady season. And again, I don't think they've done much in the transfer market. They seem to have lost a couple of decent players, but they've brought in a lot of under-23 players. I'm going to say they're going to surprise us again this season and finish one place higher in 8th place.
Mad mistake. I think Mad Mistake's got a stalker. Dino, you are Mad Mistake stalker. Right then, you're saying you say in 8th place. Sean, you've got them in 12th on your league table. Why is that?
Do you know what? I was impressed with them. Obviously, me and Dino went down to Doncaster and they were a good side. And I know we won 2-1 that day. But obviously, when they played up here, was on live on Sky. I think they played really well and they frustrated us. I think, like as my mistake says, that Darren Mills is a good manager. For some reason, I just think that maybe this season they'll not do as good. And that's why I base it on that. I think they'll finish about mid-table. So I don't think they'll definitely not finish in the playoffs.
Right, okay. Dino, I'm guessing that you've got them down in 8th place.
Yeah, I've got them down as 8th. Like Mad Mistake says, they're all surprises. I don't know what it is. They play a nice brand of football. They've got a nice stadium. They've got all right fans. They don't like crowd it out, but they are quite loud. I don't know. Doncaster always just seem to surprise us, and I like them. I like them as a football club, and I just think 8th. You never know. They might even push playoffs. You just never know. But I've got them for 8th, mate.
Michael, Doncaster Rovers.
I think I'm Sean Stalker because I've got them exactly the same position as he has. 12th. And also, Sean forgot that I went to Doncaster as well last season, so thanks for leaving us out.
Oh, sorry, Michael.
You was not memorable.
And I mustn't be that memorable. No, 12th position. Darren Moore, great manager, very good manager. But I don't think Doncaster will particularly do anything special. Keep more to nice ground, though. I'll give it that. That's the most I can say. Keep more to nice ground. But I agree with Sean. When they came up here, they frustrated us. So they've got potential to do well. They could finish in the playoffs or push for them. But 12th place, top half finish.
Doncaster Rovers for me. Like Dino says, I've got a soft spot for them. I do like Doncaster. I've got a lot of friends down in Doncaster. And again, like Mad Mistake says, 18 Dapper, superb YouTuber, massive Doncaster Rovers fan. Check his channel out if you get a chance. Again, last season they were up there, thereabouts. And because of that, I've actually got Doncaster Rovers in 6th place in a playoff position, just scraping in there. So between us then, we need to put him in a position in our SAFC Fan TV predicted league. We've got an 8, a 12, an 8, a 12, and a 6. So I think it's got to be somewhere between 8 and 12. Oh, I don't know. I would have had them as low as 12 myself, but
why don't you go 9th then? Is 9th available?
I'd rather go 8th.
Go if you want.
If I went 8th, 2 have already agreed on 8th place, and if I went 8th, there's 3. So then, are you
Sean, we're outnumbered. Sean, we're outnumbered.
It's a bit of a daft question, but Sean, would you be happy with that?
I'll be happy. Yeah.
Right,
Sean,
you take it far too personal. Honestly, it's just a prediction. That's all. Right, 8th place, Doncaster Rovers. I'm not happy. I had them in 6th. I think they would have been playoffs, but never mind. So 6th place, 8th place, Doncaster Rovers. So Donny fans, there you go. You're going to push. You're going to be there or thereabouts. So who knows? But we've got you in 8th place. And maybe the season after you could possibly then go up. So moving on to Fleetwood, right?
Sean loves these.
Our favourite manager in the whole of the league. And once again, the man who's going to tell you all about Fleetwood Town, the Mad Mistake.
Right, Fleetwood Town finished in 6th place last season. I think they overachieved last season. They've got one of the best vloggers in the league in COD Vlogs. I think one day we'll see this young lad on Sky Sports News. But I do think money's going to be tight this season for Fleetwood. I think they've lost a few players. They've lost Lewis Coyle and they've lost 1 or 2 other players, and they've brought in a few free transfers. Now, for me personally, I think what's the name of the manager again? I'm forgetting his name now. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. He's not important. I don't think he's a very good manager anyway. I think they've got a magnificent fan base, brilliant stadium, one of the best vloggers in the league, but the manager, I don't even forget his name. But I think they'll finish, for me, I think they'll finish a bit lower this season. I think they overachieved last season. This season they're going to finish in 9th place.
Right, ninth for the Mad Mistake. Checking your league out here. Sean, you've got them in 8th place. So your reasons for that?
I think I agree with what my mistake was saying. I think for some reason, I think the last couple of seasons have been really good. And I always seem to give us a good game. That's probably because of Joey Barton. He obviously hates us. So he gets
that's his name, Joey Barton. Sorry.
He gets the players riled up, and he always makes sure to give it 110% against us. Obviously, he's got the hate towards us. But I just think this season, I think I don't think they'll do as good, and I think they'll just finish outside the playoffs.
So you say 8th down there for you, Sean. Dino, Fleetwood Town.
I've got them in 7th. It's like you say, Fleetwood.
Oh,
the grinding, the dog, the fighters, they give you a game, they kick you up a height, and obviously Barton gets their players up for a game all the time. So I think they'll probably push again. You know, they've lost a few players, but what does it mean that they get the free transfers in and there might be better players? You don't know, do you? So for me, 7th, I think they will be up there.
All right. Michael, I'm suggesting you've got 7th place as well.
Yeah, I'm agree. I can't remember who said they overachieved last year. I think it might have been my mistake, but I could be wrong. Whoever said it, I agree with. I think it's mainly because of Joey Barton that they've been in the push, that they were in the playoffs last year, even though they got battered by Wickham in the over 2 legs in the playoffs. But yeah, Joey Barton for me, like as much as I don't like him either, I can't think of any Sunderland fan who likes him. With Fleetwood, I've got no issues with them as a club. They've always given us a very hard game. We haven't beaten them embarrassingly, we haven't beaten them since we dropped in League One. Cods Vlogs, good YouTuber. But for me, I think 7th is probably about right. I think they'll just fall short of the playoffs, but they'll be thereabouts.
Yeah, I've sort of got to agree. Fleetwood Town, not a bad little club. And again, a shout out for Cods Vlogs, great YouTuber. Check him out, check his channel out. Massive Fleetwood Town fan. I think Fleetwood will do okay this season. I've actually got them down in 7th place myself, but the only reason I don't have them in the playoffs is because of that horrible little man. And I know it's a wrong reason to not put them in the playoffs, but I've got them in 7th place. I do think they'll be there or thereabouts. And for all we don't hate him, he's got them playing. He's got them playing in a style what seems to work. What seems to work for them. So 7th place for me, just outside the playoffs. So on that score, we got a 9th and 8th, and we got 3 7s. So I think that's going to have to be 7th place. Does everybody agree with that? Dino, what do you think? Dino,
I'm trying to get ready.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I said 7th, definitely, 100%.
Right, so Fleetwood Town, 7th place. Right, there you go.
I think we've all agreed that they're going to finish just outside it, so it's... Yeah.
Right. Okay, so then we'll move on to Gillingham. Mad Mistake, tell us a bit about Gillingham.
Well, Gillingham finished in 10th place last season, and Steve Evans, the manager, at least I hope he's still a bloody manager. Anyway,
yeah, yes.
This is one of the more difficult ones for me, because there's a lot of Gillingham fans say they're going to have a good season. They've brought a lot of players in. They're one of the few clubs that have spent more on players than they've actually sold. So I was quite undecided, but I'm going to make a prediction. I'm going to predict that Steve Evans is going to have a nightmare season after bringing in a lot of players at Gillingham. They're going to finish in 17th place, and Steve Evans will be sacked this season. But I do wish Gillingham all the best, because the fans are fantastic, and hopefully they'll prove us wrong. But I'm going for 17th place.
Right, so 17th for yourself. Sean, you have them down in, I think it's 14th. I think you've got, you got 14th place there, Sean. So what do you think on that?
I think it'll just be another season. I'm not sure where they finished last season. I can't remember now. But
10th.
Where was it?
10th place.
10th, right. I think we'll be about mid-table. I think we'll play them down there when we got back that game when they scored in the 93rd minute. I think that was the point where we we're really starting to lose face with Parkinson. But I think they're tough nut to crack at their place as well. And I think they're definitely not going to finish near the playoffs, and they're not going to finish near the relegation. So I think it's just a mid-table finish for Gillingham.
Right. Okay. Tino, I thought you said you was going to get changed for going out.
Shut up, man. I've put Gillingham in 12th position, me. I think they'll probably do worse than last season because there's a few better teams dropped down in the league and teams have strengthened. I think they're a decent little club. I don't think they'll go down, but I don't think they'll challenge that. I've just got them in a measly 12th.
Right, fair enough. Michael?
I think I've gone the highest out of everybody. I've gone 9th. I think Gillingham could. There's been good noises coming out of Gillingham. They've made some good progress in the window, and Steve Evans, I think, has done good with them. I don't mind Gillingham as a club, even though it did help pretty effectively help end our promotion push last year, even though we've done with Bristol Rovers. But it'd be nice to beat them this season because we didn't beat them in 4 attempts last year, and there's a reason for that. They're a very, very tough side to crack, very hard team to break down. So, yeah, I'm going to go 9th. I wouldn't be shocked if they made a push for the playoffs, but ultimately I don't think they'll have enough.
Right. Well, Gillingham, for me, am I right to assume, did Tom Eaves leave them last season?
He left over a year or two. He's at Hull now, Tom Eaves.
Right. Okay. Again, Gillingham, mid-table. I don't think they're going to go down. However, if they have a bad run, they could be flirting with relegation. I've got them down in 17th place, which is the same as the Mad Mistake. I do promise I didn't phone him up and ask for it. So we've got 2 17ths, a 14th, a 12th, and a 9th. So for me, I would say 15th or 16th place, which we've got 3. Unless Michael, you want to argue the case for them going 11th.
I think I would put them in 11th, but I think if everyone else agrees with it, then there's no I can do about it.
Well, for me, I say 16th. Mad Mistake?
Yeah, I'm easy. 15, 16, whatever.
Oh, well, that helps us out when we're trying to have a vote on it.
Okay, go 15th then.
No, go 16th. Right, Sean?
15th.
15th.
Yeah.
Right. Dino?
Yeah, 15th. Yeah, fine.
Right, so we're going 15th with Gillingham then, all right. So, Gillingham fans, you're staying up. So hopefully you'll enjoy the season. We've got you in 15th place, so enjoy your season. And like I say,
Gillingham helped me get views on my channel, by the way, because that was the game I did the rant that the Mags love. So thank you for that, at least.
There you go. So thank you to the Gillingham fans. That's from our Michael there. Right, moving down. Hull City, who we played obviously in the cup just on Saturday there yesterday. And how do we think we're going to do? The team that came down, they were bottom of the championship when they came down. But again, once again, the man with the facts, the Mad Mistake.
Well, Hull City, we had Dimitri on, the Hull City fan, on our vlog on Thursday night, and he was I thought he seemed quite happy with Hull. I think Grant McCann has to come out the blocks with a flying start, otherwise his job's under pressure. I do believe they can't be any worse than they were yesterday. I thought they were absolutely shocking yesterday. I thought we should have won 4-5 by half time. I think they're going to improve. They brought in Doherty, they brought in Coyle. I know they've lost a lot of players, definitely have, but I think Hull will start off steady and eventually they will finish at the KCOM Stadium in 3rd place. Just missed an automatic promotion.
Bold statement. All right. Sean, on your league, you've got Hull City in 5th place. Do you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, I was actually contemplating putting them in the top 2 at one point. And I watched the game yesterday and they were pretty atrocious. So they won't play as bad as that. I think for the course of the season, I think we just played them off the park. But I do believe they'll be easy in the playoffs. But I just decided not to put them in the top 2 because I think someone and somebody else will finish in the top 2. So I'll just go with they'll be in the playoffs.
Right, okay, doke. Dino? Dino, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can now. It went off for a sec.
All right, there you go.
You know what? After watching them yesterday, I was not impressed in the slightest. Like, I really wasn't. If we had our killer instinct about it, we could have wrapped that up first half 3-0, 4-0. So I'm putting them mid-table. I think Hull City will finish 10th. I think they're a weak side. I don't see strength in them. I don't see them with a lot of pace. I didn't think much of them. I know it's only one game, but I mean, they just were blur. Like there was nothing there. They beat 1 penalties, fair enough, but we should have been outside by half time, and they didn't really create anything. So I'm putting them in 10th.
Right, okie doke. Michael?
Well, for the game against them in the cup, I could be wrong. I'm not entirely sure if that was Hull's strongest team out. I don't know. If they had players on international duty. Greg Docherty they've signed. I like him. I like the look of him a lot. Well, obviously we were linked with him. Louis Coyle they've signed from Fleetwood. You know, and have got Tommy. Even though Tommy's did get injured and he came off against us, I think if Tommy stays fit, I think he's a good goal scorer in this league. Like Madam Mistake said, Grant McCann's he's really under pressure, given they were 8th after New Year's Day last year in the Championship and ended up only getting something like 6 points in the last 20, which is pathetic. So, you know, he's under pressure, massive pressure. But whether he starts poorly, gets sacked, and then they go up and then they rise from there, or whether he has a good season, I think Hull will finish 2nd. And I only put them in the top 2 at the last minute. So actually, I think Hull will scrape top 2, but definitely top 6 for me, easily.
All right, fair dues. Once again, quick shout out to Dimitri, Hull City fan, who did come on our channel last Thursday. We had a chat with him. Hull City, for me, yes, they finished bottom. They came down. I don't think you can read too much into how they were yesterday. I've got them in a solid playoff place, in 4th place. I think they'll do all right. They'll be there or thereabouts. I think they'll give us a good run for our money this season. So I've got Hull City in 4th place, playoff place. So we have a 3, a 5, a 2, a 4, and a 10th. So I think we've got to agree, definitely a playoff place. 3 of us have got 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So
4th,
3rd, 4th, or 5th. 4th, I'm happy with 4th if you want to do that.
Yep, 4th's fair.
Are we all right with that, Sean?
Yeah.
Sure. Can you live with yourself if we let them have 4th? Right. Dino, I know you're not very happy because you said 10th. Or is it because you're going out on the drink and we're not going to be finished?
I'm going to have to shoot now, Philly.
That's all right, mate.
I'm gonna have to shoot.
Don't worry. To be honest, your predictions have been way out, if I'm being honest.
But whatever my mistake says, I've been copying them anyway. So just use that as my example. You know what I mean?
Right, okie doke then. Okay then. So Dino's going to have to do a shoot because he's on his way out. So, but thanks for joining us, Dino.
Yeah, no, but see you, lads. Thanks very much.
Good night. A little tip for you before you go out: don't wear that shirt.
And, my Sunderland prediction, I think we'll finish 5th. That's my Sunderland prediction.
Right, 5th for Dino's Sunderland.
Right. Anyway, see you later, lads.
Enjoy your night. Enjoy your night. All right, see you later. All right. Has he gone? God, I'm so glad he's gone. He was a waste of time, man. He was terrible.
Was that saying all my bloody picks?
Dino, we're only funning with you, mate. Enjoy your pints. Right then, so it's down to the 4 of us. Next on the list, Ipswich Town. Last season, they started well. I won't go into it because the man with all the facts. All right, the mad mistake. Away you go.
Well, Ipswich were a massive flop last season in 11th place. They fell to bits. They were leading the table at one point, and they ended up, beggars belief, 11th place. You couldn't make it up. I think Paul Lambert's on borrowed time. I think he's under massive pressure to do well this season. They brought Oliver Hawkins in from Portsmouth. They haven't made many changes really in the transfer window. I think there's 4 or 5 come in, 4 or 5 left. So they've got to finish at least in the playoffs this season. Otherwise, Paul Lambert's for the chop. I'm going to go Ipswich to finish in 5th place and just say make it in the playoffs.
So you're saying 5th place, playoff place. Not bad. Right. So, Sean, on your predicted league table, you have Ipswich Town in 7th place. Why is that?
Well, I think me and Michael actually predicted Ipswich to be in the top 2 last season. If I'm wrong in there, I think they were a massive disappointment. I think, as Mummy Six said there, I think Lambert's under massive pressure to get it right this season, and I'm not convinced he will. He's lost a couple of players as well. Garbutt's left, and I just think that I think they'll struggle to get in the playoffs. I do. And I think I've got a feeling that Lambert could get sacked at some point in the season as well.
Right, fair dues. Michael, Ipswich Town.
Yeah, likewise what Sean said. Last year I predicted them to win the league, and that massively backfired. But for the first half of the season, they were really, really good, and then for whatever reason, just fell to pieces completely. And like I think the others have said, Paul Lambert's under real pressure to succeed. And Ipswich have to, like Sunderland, is quite imperative. You could argue Ipswich go up this year. However, I don't think they'll do it. I think they'll finish 8th, just outside the playoffs, 1 lower than Sean. And if Lambert lasts till the end of the season and they don't finish in the playoffs, he's probably gone.
Right. So this is going to be awkward to decide then, because Ipswich Town, like I said, they did tail off at the end of the season. They were up there and thereabouts. But I do think they'll be in contention. I've got them, as the same with the mad mistake, I've got them in 5th place. I would like to also give a shout out to Blue Tube, who's an Ipswich Town fan. He's a YouTuber, young YouTuber there, and he does a great job. So Blue Tube, Ipswich Town fan, he's a vlogger. Check his channel out. It's always worth a watch. So Ipswich Town then, we've got two for 5th place. We've got a 7th and an 8th. So 2 of us are in a playoff place, and 2 of you are not. So the only places we've got free, I would say that in that case, are either 6th or 9th. So we got to decide where you want to put them. It's 6th.
I would say they're more likely to finish 6th than 9th, personally.
I would as well actually have, yeah.
Right, so we're going to go for 6th place. You happy with that, mad mistake?
Yeah, champion.
So there you go then. To the Ipswich Town fans, you're just going to scrape in the playoffs and playoff place for you. So congratulations to you for making the playoffs. Well done. So Lincoln City was with us in our league last season. Again, the man to tell you all about Lincoln City is the mad mistake.
Right, Lincoln City finished in 16th place last season, and they did start really well, and they lost their manager, Danny Cowley. I think is a brilliant manager, and they brought in Michael Appleton. Now, Michael Appleton's a decent manager as well. They made a million changes in the transfer window. They've lost a lot of players, but brought a lot of players in. They haven't really sort of spent too much money, but again, they haven't made too much money with the players they've lost. So I think they will drop 1 place this season, or 2 places this season. They will survive for 1 more season. 1 more season max for me. But I think they'll finish in the 18th place. But again, I wish them all the best because I know some good Lincoln fans.
Right, so Lincoln 18th place for the mad mistake. Sean, on your league table, you've got Lincoln City. Where have you got Lincoln? You got them in 11th place. So what do you think on that then, Sean?
Well, as Mama Sage said there, I think Michael Appleton is a good manager. And I mean, when I went down there last season when they absolutely played us off the park, it was Jack Ross's last game in charge. I thought they played really well. We were absolutely shocking, like. And at that point, I thought they were going to challenge for the playoff place. They dropped off a little bit, but I think it'll just be another season like the same. I don't think they'll challenge for the top 6, but they'll definitely not get relegated. So it'll just be like a mid-table sort of finish again for me.
Right, fair enough. Michael Bowers, Lincoln City.
I think Michael Appleton's. I think he's a pretty average League One manager. I wouldn't say that he's done anything remotely special. And I think that Lincoln. Well, first of all, I will say actually thank you to Lincoln for helping us get rid of Jack Ross, I suppose, because it was. That's the best thing I can say there. Yeah. No, you know, it's Tyler Walker, who was obviously really good for them, obviously left last year to go back to Forest on loan, and they lost, I think, is it called John Akinde to Gillingham. So I don't know. I think Lincoln will do a lower mid-table finish. I've gone for 15th place. Nothing too spectacular, but you know, they could literally finish probably anywhere for me between the likes of 11th or 12th to 17th or 18th for me. But I've gone 15th.
Right, fair dues. Lincoln, as we said, finished 16th in our league last season. Again, I don't think they're that bad that they're going to go down. But I've got them in the lower half of the league, and I've got them 16th place myself. So between us, we have 18th, 16th, 15th, and 11th. So we've got to find a place in our league. We've got a free space at 11th, 16th, and 18th. So for me, 16th, I would suggest. Anybody?
I'm happy with that.
Yeah, 16th.
Yeah.
We're happy with that, Michael?
Yeah. So I've just came back. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Right, Lincoln City, 16th place. So once again, Lincoln fans, if you're watching, a great little club you've got there, a good set of fans, and we look forward to playing you this season. And congratulations, you've managed to stay up. You're in 16th place. So moving on to the MK Dons. Mad Mistake will tell you all about the MK Dons.
Well, MK Dons, who play at the Stadium MK, just survived last season in 19th place. One place above Wimbledon, who just survived the drop. Now, the manager is, I think it's Russell Martin. I think he's the youngest manager in the league at the age of 34, ex-Norwich defender. I think we'll have a better season this season. They've lost a lot of players. They've brought in one or two players, but I think he'll have the team with a really good defensive record this season. I think they'll climb up from last season's 19th and finish in 15th place this season.
Right, so 15th place for the MK Dons, staying safe. Sean, on your predicted league table, you have the MK Dons in 16th place. So tell us your reasonings for that.
16th. I think they're just like an average League One team. I think I love the stadium, by the way. They've got a fantastic stadium. I think it's probably the best stadium I visited last season. It was a fantastic stadium, really nice. Nice supporters. I don't think they'll get relegated. They definitely won't finish anywhere near the playoffs. I think it'll just be a case of a comfortable, I say comfortable. No, they're not. I don't think they'll get relegated. So I think they'll finish just like you say, a few places above the relegation zone. Right.
So 16th for yourself, Sean. MK Dons, Michael.
17th place for me. Well, I think what my mistake is true. I think Russell Martin, obviously ex-defender, ex-Norwich defender. You know, he'll definitely have them hard to meet. I know when they played Norwich in pre-season and got battered 6-0. But I think he'll have them hard to beat, very difficult to break down. But I don't think they'll do that special or anything. If MK Dons fans might take 17th, I don't know. It depends on how them lot feel about it. But yeah, 17th for me. Now, spectacular.
17th for yourself. Well, again, they were flirting with relegation last season. I think personally, again. Sorry, MK Dons fans, but I'm old and I remember the Wimbledon scenario and stuff like that. So I've actually got. I think you'll struggle this season, and I've actually got you in 23rd place, second bottom, to be relegated. So, but that's just my opinion on it. We've got to find a league position in our collective league. We've got a 15th, a 16th, a 17th. And a 23rd, which means three of you saying they stay up. I say they go down. So obviously I'm outnumbered. So a staying up place leaves 18th and 19th. We've got free. I don't think they're worth putting in 11th place. So between you, 18th and 19th, Mad Mistake?
18th.
Sean?
Yep, 18th, yeah.
Michael has just disappeared off the face of the earth. Where's he gone? Right. Well, I'll go 18th as well without Michael. We'll just have to we'll have to put the MK Dons in 18th.
Right, sorry, carry on.
Right. So what we decided without you, because you decided to go and have a number 2, we decided that the MK Dons are going to be in 18th place. So MK Dons fans, well done to you lot. You've escaped relegation. 18th. Enjoy your season, and we'd love to see you up at the Stadium of Light. And we're going to now move on to Northampton. So one of the new boys, they came up. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll leave it to the Mad Mistake to tell you all about them.
Right, Northampton promoted last season, and welcome to League One, Northampton Town. Well, Keith Curl, the manager. I don't really know much about Keith Curl, but he obviously did a decent job to get him promoted last season. Now, I think it's going to be the new club syndrome in a new league. They're going to do really well at the beginning of the season. And then the last few games, have you heard the run-in? They play a Hull, Bristol Rovers, Peterborough, Ipswich, Gillingham, Blackpool, and then Sunderland away last game of the season. So I'm going to say they'll be on free fall the last part of the season, but they will just scrape out of their relegation zone by 1 place and finish in 20th position.
Whoa! Ho, ho. All right then. So on your predicted league, Sean, you've got them in 22nd place. So away you go.
Relegated. I just based it on obviously the just being promoted, and for some reason I just think that they will struggle. I think obviously Keith Curl done a good job last season getting them promoted, but I'm not sure how much money they spent or what type of player they brought in, but I just think they'll over the course of the season they will struggle, and I think they will get relegated.
Right, fair dues. Michael, Northampton.
I'm sure I remember when they won the playoff final last year, one of their managers said that the aim was to go up again. I think that's pushing it a little bit much, but you never know. I could be wrong. Luton Town did it. Luton Town did it a couple of years ago, so Luton did it a couple of years ago. So Northampton can think, why can't they? I think they'll just scrape survival. I think a lot of people have been predicting them to get relegated, so I fancy it being different. So I've put them in 19th place. That I think they'll have enough to stay up, but I think they'll play with a lot of energy and enthusiasm. So, you know, and let's not forget they hammered Exeter in the playoff final, so that's going to give them some confidence if they need it.
Right, for me with Northampton, they were the team that finished, I think they finished 7th in League Two, so they just scraped in the playoffs, and there's always a lot of hoo-ha with that when a team who finishes the lowest then go on to win the playoff final, but well done to them. Northampton won the playoff final, came up through the playoffs. I think they'll struggle a bit like what the Mad Mistake said. I think Sod's Law says that when we come to play them, they'll be in that position where they'll be fighting for their lives, and we'll probably be needing points. Well, probably not, because we'll probably be up by Easter. But Northampton Town, for me, relegated. I've got them 24th. I've got them bottom of the league. I just think it'll just be too much for them. I think, yes, they've come up through the playoffs, but the fact that they only finished 7th in League Two suggests they won't have enough for League One. So I've got 24th place, which gives us a little dilemma again, with there just being 4 of us now, because we got a 20th place, 22nd, 19th, and 24th. 2 saying they'll go down, 2 saying they'll stay up, which means on our predicted league, we've got spaces. We've got 19th place keeps them up, and 21st and 24th puts them down. So, Mad Mistake, 19 or 21.
We're going to run round in circles here. I've got to go in 19, so I said they would stay up.
All right, well, let me put it like this then. Michael, you did say that everybody's predicting them to go down, so you just did it to be different. So do you think that they could actually go down?
Oh, of course they could go down. I'd still say 19th, but if you put them 21st, I wouldn't be surprised either. Well, it's because I have a feeling we're going to settle for 21st, so let's just say 21st.
Right, hang on. We're going to have to. What we're going to have to do? We're going to have to go to Terry's hands here. All right, Terry, stick something in your hand. Right, this is going to decide Northampton Town's fate, whether they stay in the league or not. Right, if we pick the hand that has got something in it, right, then pick the hand that's got something in it, then they go down. Sean, I'm going to let you pick the hand, right or left?
Right.
Your right hand, sorry, your right hand. That's your right hand, yes. Yay!
Northampton.
Right, 21st place then, Northampton. Northampton fans, apologies there for cheering. I only cheered because Sean got the right hand. Again, enjoy your time in League One. By all means, you know, if fans are allowed back, come up to the Stadium of Light in your thousands. We'd love to see you. We love to see the away fans up here. Be a great day out for you. But unfortunately, we've got you down in 21st place, and you will be relegated from League One because we say so. Okay, so but great club, great fans, and enjoy your time in this league. So moving on, Oxford United, which for Sean is Stuart Donald's favourite team and all that. But there's more facts to come from the mad mistake. Oxford United.
Right, we all know where Oxford finished last season in 4th place, but just seeing missed out, getting beat off Wycombe Wanderers, and I do sort of kind of think they're going to be like a hangover season this season. I don't think they'll finish the heights of last season. They've lost the great man himself. Sam Allardyce has gone from Oxford. Sorry, the manager, Carl Robinson, still the manager. That's the player, Sam Allardyce. He's left Oxford with no team, and Jamie Mackey's retired. But they have got Carl Robinson, who I think is a good manager, really good manager. They'll have a decent season again, but they won't be up the dizzy heights of playoff final this season. For me, they're going to finish just inside the playoffs in 6th place.
6th place, playoff place. Sean, checking your prediction league, you've got Oxford, wait for it, in 2nd place. Sean, tell us why.
I just think that they're a really good side, and I think I was impressed with them on many occasions when I watched them. I think they play good football. They've got a good manager. Carl Robinson's a good manager. And I just think I've got a feeling they're going to have a good season. I think they could get into the top 2. I know, like what my mistake said there.
Somebody gets an ice cream. Somebody. 4 ice creams. Go and get 4.99s. Whose house is he at? Is it your house? Is it?
I'll go and get them. I'll go and get them. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. I'll shut out the window. Oh, God, it's
I have sprinkles on mine and some monkey's blood.
Yeah, monkey's blood. Get some monkey's blood on there. Right.
So, as I was saying, I think they were a good side, and I think that Robinson. I really rate Robinson. I think he's a good manager. I was disappointed in the playoffs. I thought they would have gotten to the final, having beat Portsmouth, but I do think they'll have a good season this year. I think they could finish in the top 2.
Right, fair enough. So you've got 2nd place for them. Michael, Oxford United.
I think they'll miss out on the top 2 because they've had too many ice creams with monkey's blood sprinkled. So, all right, Oxford, you know what it is? I don't think they're a top 2 side. I think they're a little bit away off that. They're definitely capable of challenging for it. And like I said, it's down to Carl Robinson. He's done very, very well since going to Oxford. I think a lot of Oxford fans were happy with him last season, even though they lost the playoff final. I think they'll finish in 5th place. I think it's a quite solid playoff place. But I wouldn't also be shocked if they finish just outside of it either.
Right, okay then. Oxford, as we said, 4th place last time. It's a tricky one. Good manager. Me personally, I think they'll underachieve. I think they overachieved this season gone. I don't think they'll be near the 4th place. and I've got them down on my predicted league in 8th place, so not even a playoff place. However, what that does suggest is because 3 of you, well, Sean's got them in 2nd automatic, Mad Mistake 6th, Michael, you got 5th, so you both got a playoff place. I'm outside the playoffs, so I'm outnumbered. So I think it's got to be a playoff place, and I would say we've got 3rd or 5th available. Mad Mistake, 3rd or 5th?
5th.
Sean, 3rd or 5th?
3rd.
Michael?
5th.
My wife is stood naked. All right, behave yourself.
Finish anything.
She's what? I'll turn the camera around. Put some clothes on. All right, well, you're going in the bath. You've been in the bath. God, sorry about that. Right. I didn't hear a word you were saying. I was distracted. Is it 5th? Is that what we're saying?
Well, I said 3rd. Terry said 5th. And it was down to Michael, wasn't it, I think?
Michael, what did you say?
5th place.
5th. All right, we'll go right. So 5th place.
Not an exact spot.
So there you go, Oxford United. So Oxford fans, there you go. Looks like it's going to be another good season for you. Not automatic promotion, but you are going to be in the playoffs. And if you do get to the final and it's against us, congratulations on your promotion.
Yeah, that'll be typical.
Right then, moving down to Peterborough. Again, the man with the facts is the Mad Mistake.
Well, we all know what happened to Peterborough last season to do with the points per game system, and they ended up in 7th position. 7th position. Now, Darren Ferguson, the manager, I'm not a massive fan of Darren Ferguson, to be fair. They've lost a good player in Ivan Toney, and they brought in Jason Clark-Harris. I think Toney's better than Harris. I think Peterborough, there's a lot of hype about Peterborough doing this, that, and the other. And I think they're going to flop outside of the playoffs this season. I think they're going to finish in the same place as last season, in 7th place. They're going to miss out just on the playoffs.
So you're saying 7th place there, yeah? Sean, on your predicted league, Peterborough, you got in 3rd place.
I know. I'm agreeing with my mistake as well here. I'm not a big fan of Dan Ferguson, but I think they're going to have a good season. I know I've lost Ivan Toney, which is the best player, but I think Mohamed Isa is a really good player in this division. I think he could shine this year. I actually think he could be one of the top scorers. I was looking at some of the bets today, and I was thinking who was going to be the top scorer, but I went with Will Grigg in one of my bets. Whoops. But no, I think Isa, I think he's going to have a good season.
Fault if he doesn't do it.
I think Isa's going to have a good season, as I think Will Grigg is as well. Fingers crossed. And for some reason, I think they're going to finish in the playoffs. I think they're going to have a good year.
All right. Okay. So you got them down as 3rd. Michael, Peterborough.
Well, first of all, I've got to make 2 phone calls. I'm making one to Sean because I've got the same position as him, 3rd. And the second call, I'm going to make is to former Peterborough United player Marcus Madison to get himself to Sol. Oh wait, we're not interested. Never mind. All right then. Yeah, Peterborough 3rd. I know they've lost obviously Ivan Toney, which is a big blow. For me, last season he was the best forward in the league. At the very least, one of the best. He deserved to move to the Championship. But I do think Clark Harris, I've said on social media, I think Clark Harris was someone I wanted Sunderland to go for. And I think as much, he'll be in a team where Peterborough create loads and loads of chances. And I think Clark Harris won't do as good as Toney probably, but I think he will still do very well. I think Peterborough overdue getting into the playoffs because the way they got cheated, they probably got cheated out of a playoff place more than what we did last year. That was a joke that Peterborough deserved to finish in there. So, but at the same time, Peterborough always tend to do this, start really well, like on fire, and then fall apart for like 10 games. So I don't know. It depends if they can maintain consistency. For me, they'll finish 3rd playoffs.
Right. Okay. Right. Well, Peterborough for me, again, not a big fan at all of Darren Ferguson. I'm quite friendly with an ex-Sunderland player who played under him, and the stories I've heard from him are just are not good, and from other professionals you hear. I think that sways you a little bit. If you don't like the manager, then you know you tend not to like the team. I've got them in 8th. I've got them in 9th place is where I have them. I seriously don't see them in a playoff place. So that gives us a dilemma once again for our league position because we got a 7th, a 3rd, and a 9th. Now, we've only got one playoff place left, which is 3rd place. So I wouldn't be happy putting Peterborough in 3rd place. So it's down to you two, Sean and Michael. Me and Mad Mistake have got them outside the playoff place. Do you want them to win?
I think they're finishing in the playoffs. I just think I think they're going to have a good season. I agree with. I didn't mean like Darren Ferguson, but I just think that for some reason I think that Ice is going to have a good season. I think they're going to have a good season too. I think they're definitely finishing in the playoffs.
Right.
I think for me, is there only one playoff place you said
there is
left? Right. Okay. I'd put outside the playoffs if that's the case, because as a team, I think we'll finish in the playoffs ahead of.
I think we're thinking the same teams there. Right, so that's 3 onto 1. Sean, once again, isn't going to be happy, but what's new? Sean's never happy, is he? So, right, so we're going to put them in 9th place because that's the highest place I can put them outside the playoffs. So, and all you need to do, Sean, at the end of the season, if we're wrong, you can go, I told you so.
I told you.
There you go. And we'll take it on the chin.
Just say I think we'll be in the playoffs as well. It's just that they don't have a spot in.
Right. Well, you can say I told you so.
I'm going to do it with Sean.
I told you so, and I'll take it on my chins. All right. Right. So Plymouth Argyle. Mad Mistake. You've got lots and lots on Plymouth Argyle.
No, Plymouth Argyle, home park, the Green Army. I've got lots of time for Plymouth Argyle. I've got a soft spot for Plymouth and the Green Army because they travel all around the country. They've got to go to all sorts of lengths to get there as well because they live miles away. Got to travel to Sunderland. We've got to travel to Plymouth. So there you go. They finished in 3rd place last season in League 1 and they got promoted. League 2, sorry, and they got promoted. I've heard some good noises coming out of Plymouth from the fans saying they're going to have a great season. They're going to push for the playoffs. I can't see that happening, but I also can't see Plymouth getting relegated. I think they'll be middle of the table, 12th place for me.
Right, 12th for Plymouth from the Mad Mistake. Sean, we'll check your league table, and you've got Plymouth in 15th place. You have. So why is that?
They're done well, like say, to get promoted, and for some reason I don't think they'll get relegated this year. I think they'll start off well, and then I think they'll drift off as the season goes on. So I think that, like you see, I think 15th or maybe a little bit lower. I think that'll be their finish.
Right. Okay. 15th or a bit lower. Plymouth Argyle. Michael.
I've gone in between. My league position for Plymouth is in between the other two. I've gone for 13th place. I think Plymouth will, on my table, Plymouth are quite comfortably are the best, the promoted team that does the best, basically. So I think Plymouth, obviously they did well to get straight back up. It isn't always easy to bounce straight back up when you get relegated, and Plymouth have obviously done that. So, and Plymouth play a decent brand of football, actually. So I think they'll have the new promotion bounce, and that will keep them going for some time, and that will keep them comfortably clear of relegation for me. But I don't think they'll quite have enough to make the playoffs. But football's weird, so I've been wrong before.
Fair dues. Michael, do you want to switch your lights on as well? Because you're getting a little bit dark now.
You carry on. I'll quickly get stuff sorted.
Right, nice one. Right, for myself, Plymouth Argyle, once again, like the Mad Mistake says, the Green Army, fantastic set of fans, travelling numbers. When they've come up to the Stadium of Light before, they've filled the Wheat Sheaf, and they've got good fans. Travel long distances. Yes, promoted in 3rd place from League 2 is what they did, and even though the sides that come up tend to struggle. Again, of all the sides coming up, I do think they'll probably do the best. I've got them in 15th place, the same as Sean. So we need a league position for our league table. We've got a 12th, a 13th, and 2 15th. The problem we have now is the only spaces we've got in that zone is 11th, which might be a bit high, or 19th, which may be a bit low. But that's what we're left with. So, mad mistake, 11th, 19th.
I think because of the good noises coming out of the fans, I think 11th place.
Right, okay. Michael?
Likewise, 11th.
11th. All right, Sean?
I'll say 19th.
Right, I think 9th. I'm not going against you, Sean, honestly, on purpose, but I think 19th is just a little bit too low for them. I think 11th's too high, but they both said 11th, so we're going to stick.
We're
going to stick.
High, but it's I don't think they would have finished as low as closer to 11th than 19th for me.
Well, it's like that. This is the unfortunate thing, I suppose, doing it in alphabetical order, where there's the lower down you get, the fewer places what are available. But still, that's how we've agreed to do it. So, Plymouth Argyle fans, the Green Army, congratulations. You're going to be mid-table, nice and comfortable after your promotion. And again, we'd love to see you up at the Stadium of Light when we play. So, well done, Plymouth Argyle. You finished 11th. So, moving on to Portsmouth. Portsmouth are always there or thereabouts. And Mad Mistake, you're going to tell us all about Portsmouth.
Well, Portsmouth finished in 5th place last season, and there's a lot of Portsmouth fans. I've got lots of time for Portsmouth, and I've got a lot of friends who watch me vlogs from Portsmouth, and 4-0 written all over. It's a great YouTube channel, so please check that one out. But Kenny Jackett, a lot of Portsmouth fans don't like Kenny Jackett. I think he's under massive pressure again this season to do well. He always seems to come good, mind, regardless. They've lost Burgess, they've lost McGee, they've lost Hawkins, they've lost Pittman, but I still feel that they're a team, the calibre, that they've already got a strong, in-depth squad, and I do think they'll come in a finishing position of 4th place and will make the playoffs yet again.
Right, 4th place then for Portsmouth. And Sean, on your predicted league, you have them down in 6th place. Over to you.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of noise about Kenny Jackett. Like he divides the fans' opinions at Portsmouth. I've got a few Portsmouth fans, friends who do not like him. Ads, who's one of my friends who comes up when we play them here. He just does not like him. I think they've losing their Burgess. I think it's a big loss because he's one of the best players. I think they'll just sneak a playoff place. I don't think they'll finish in the automatics. I think they'll be way off. But I do think they'll just sneak a playoff position.
Right, fair enough. So you've got them down at 6th. Michael, Portsmouth?
I've just got off the phone to Terry. 4th place. 4th place. Yeah, I think Portsmouth, Kenny Jackett again is under massive pressure because Portsmouth last season in particular were tipped to do quite well, and Portsmouth started horrendously. Now I know they finished in the playoffs, but really, I fancied Portsmouth to win the playoffs, and to not do that is pretty shocking from their perspective. Christian Burgess is a big blow because I think he must be one of the tallest defenders. He must have been one of the tallest that I've seen. He's like 6'7" or something like that. They've obviously lost a few players. It's going to be quite crucial for Kenny Jackett to go up this year, because if they don't, Kenny Jackett's going to be out of a job. I think they'll comfortably finish in the playoffs, but they'll be some way off top two.
Right, fair enough. So 4th place for you. Myself with Portsmouth again. Good side. They've been there and thereabouts around with us. We've had battles with them, and of course that Wembley final where we played them. And but I've got them down definitely to get a playoff place. I've got them in 3rd place. So it's an easy one to stick them in our league because we've all got them in a playoff place. There's only 3rd place left. So that's where we're going to have to put them. So Portsmouth, 3rd place, playoff place, comfortable. So to the Pompey fans, again, a shout out to 4-0 written all over it. Fantastic YouTube channel. Big Portsmouth fans down there. Tom and his dad. And if if you get a chance, just check that out. So well done, Portsmouth. Once again, you're going to make the playoffs. Well done to you lot. And if you do play us in the playoff final, then please come on. It's our turn, and it's our turn. Right. So moving on to Rochdale next. Terry's going to give you all the inside information on Rochdale.
Well, Rochdale are the bookies' favourites to go down, and they finished in 18th place last season after having a decent start. Now, what's his name? Is his name Barry Murphy, the manager? They've lost some players, lost a lot of players. They've only brought in a couple of kids, as far as I know. And I don't know what's going on with the ownership, but the arena, the Crown Oil Arena, I think Rochdale are in deep trouble. I don't know if the owner's skint or whatever, but I think Rochdale are one of the certainties to get relegated this season. I do apologise to Rochdale fans. I hope you bounce back the season after. But for me, you're going to finish second off bottom in 23rd place.
23rd place for Rochdale from the Mad Mistake. Sean, looking at your league table, you've got them rock bottom in 24th place. So why is that, Sean?
Well, I'll be totally honest. I went with I checked the prices for the bookies, and I sort of sided with them. I think that team was sort of thereabouts in a relegation. And I agree with what Terry's just said there, my mistake. I think this season is going to be the season where they do unfortunately get relegated, and I think they will have. I've got a feeling they're going to have a really, really bad season, and that's hence why I've chosen them to be bottom of the league. Sorry, Rochdale supporters.
Right, okay, okay. Rochdale, Michael?
I think they'll be a bit happier with mine. I don't know what it is. I think Rochdale seem to me, whenever I've looked at their results, they're always a side that concedes a lot of goals. So if they can sort themselves out at the back and be a bit more solid, I can't see a reason why they can't stay up. But at the same time, again, I've said this quite a few times, if they do go down, it wouldn't shock me completely. Because again, for me, anyone from like the bottom 6 or 7 or 8 teams could get relegated. So Rochdale are definitely, I'm confident Rochdale will be in that mix. But I wouldn't be shocked if they went down. But I'm going to predict them to finish 20th. So I'm pretty sure they'll hope I'm right.
So 20th, just outside the relegation place then. I've not looked at any of the betting when I did my league table. And again, I don't know if you get swayed. I've got a good friend in Scott Goulding, a massive Rochdale fan, involved a lot with the club. Whenever we go down there, I tend to meet and have a pint with him. So hello to you, Scott. But for Rochdale, and I don't know if I'm swayed, but I like Rochdale, good little club. And I've got them in 14th place, which suggests from what you say. I mean, like I say, I didn't look at the bookies, and saying that the favourite, maybe I've just got it all wrong, and I'm way off. But I've got 14th, and certainly I've got them comfortably not going down. So again, slight dilemma that gives us because we've got 24th, 23rd, and then surviving 20th and 14th. So the places we've got available, we've got 24th, it was bottom. It's the final position for a team going down, or 19th, where they're just above and are going to stay up. So, Mad Mistake, 19th or 24th?
Like I say, I hope I'm wrong, but I think they're nailed on certainty to go down.
24. Sean?
Likewise, Philly. I think they finish. I actually think they finish bottom.
Michael?
So,
I'm going to be really making this awkward. I'm going to say 19th.
Well, to be honest, what I'll do is, I'd like to say 19th, but I'll go with the bookies. If you're saying that,
fair enough.
Both of you saying the favourites to go down, then we're gonna stick them to go down. So we're gonna have to stick them in 24th, bottom place. So once again, especially Scott Goulding, sorry, all the Rochdale fans, apologies. But unfortunately, your time in League One this season will come to an end, and you're going to finish bottom. But again, fingers crossed that when you do go down, you do actually come straight back up. So, and we're sorry for deciding your fate, but what happens in this league is gospel, and that is how the league will finish, unfortunately. Right then, so moving on, Shrewsbury. Have you got any info on Shrewsbury? I can't even say it. Shrewsbury.
Well, Shrewsbury finished in 15th place last season, and I think Sam Ricketts, I think they're a difficult side to beat. I always think they do well against Sunderland. Shrewsbury, I think they're a hard team to beat. They always seem to surprise us when we go to Shrewsbury. I mean, to be fair, I think they haven't done much in the market. They've lost a few, they've gotten a few, but no big signings for me. And I think they are gonna struggle this season. But I think they are dicing with relegation, but they will just stay up for me in 19th place.
Well, there you go. So 19th place for Shrewsbury. Looking at your table, Sean, you've got them in 19th place also. So your reasoning for that?
Um,
Been checking the boogies again, haven't you?
That was just for the Rochdale one as a rock bottom. Shrewsbury, I think there'll be it'll be a struggle. The reason why I tipped them to stay up was based on the performances, like when we played them at their place. I think it was Phil Parkinson's. Was it his first game in charge, or it might be his second? Well, we played really well. I thought we were resilient, and they won the game eventually 1-0. I think it'll keep them up. I think it'll be a long season, but I think in the end they'll just be all right.
Right. Okay. So Michael, on to you. Shrewsbury Town.
16th place. Don't know what I was going to say. 16th place. Solid mid-table finish. Very solid side. Obviously defended well against us. They've got the mighty Donald Love, so they look real. Yeah, I think they'll be all right. 16th, but now special.
Yeah, all right. Well, myself, I don't have them going down. Like the Mad Mistake and Sean, I've got them in 19th place. Also, I think they'll survive. Great little club. Like I said, I think they'll be too good to be relegated. I think they'll just stay up outside there. So to you Shrewsbury fans, as we'll be playing you this season again, we'll welcome you up to the Stadium of Light. Enjoy your time. But we've got 3 19th places and a 16th. We've only got a 19th place left at the bottom anyway. So Shrewsbury Town, you're finishing in 19th place. Congratulations to you for that. Which leaves us with 2 more teams. We're doing Sunderland last, so it leaves us with Swindon Town. Mad Mistake, tell us all about Swindon.
Well, I can't really say much about Swindon, to be honest.
Have you not got any? Have you not got any info?
Oh, no, I'm just joking. Swindon Town. Richie Wellens is the manager. The county ground. He's only 40 years of age. He's a young manager. Swindon did well to get promoted last season. Now, I think Swindon, again, will have a decent season. They'll be like Lincoln last season. They'll start off well, they'll drop a little bit, but they'll hold their own at the end, and they will finish in 13th place for me, Swindon.
Right, 13th for you. Sean, we're just checking your predictions. And Sean, you've actually got them to go down. You got them in 21st place.
Yeah. That wasn't the bookies. Wasn't the bookies thing either. I just think that out of all the teams that's coming up, for some reason, I think Swindon will struggle. I think they'll struggle all the way through the season. To be fair, I'm not sure how many people have brought in. But my phone's just gone off there. But yeah, I think they'll go. I think they're going to struggle all the way through the season. I think they'll definitely go down.
Right, fair enough. So you got 21st there. Michael, Swindon Town.
I don't know what it is. There's some clubs that tend to be really hyped up and then really do poorly. Now, I think that's going to be Swindon for me. And I agree with Sean. I think they'll get relegated. I think they'll go in 22nd place. Look, like I said, I've been wrong before, and I'm being wrong this time. But I've just got to. It's just based on a hunch more than anything else. It's just based on a hunch more than anything else. I think Swindon will be going back down to League Two, but that's just. I might be wrong.
Right, fair
Probably
dues.
will be.
Go on quickly, Mad Mistake.
I just want to say, Philly, you're a little devil. You're a little devil. I've seen what you've done here. I've seen what you've done here.
No, it's no to do with me. No to do with me. I started smiling about 3 teams ago when I realised what was happening as well. Right, the thing is, right, rumbles.
Let me guess.
Right.
Place left.
No, don't spoil, Michael. Don't spoil it. Behave yourself. Swindon for me they came up as champions of League Two. I thought they did very well last season. Again, promoted teams do tend to struggle when they come up. I also agree that I don't think they'll do as well as Plymouth. However, I've got Swindon down in 18th place is where I have them. So we need to give them a place in our league. Now, the only places we have available are 1st and 10th. So you can either put them winning the league, which I can't see, or 10th, which I think unfortunately is a little bit high. But as we've said, because we've done it in alphabetical order, that's the only place left. So Swindon Town fans, congratulations. You've had an absolutely superb season. You've played out of your skin.
And you've won League One.
And you finished. Oh, well done, Michael. And you finished in 10th place. So welcome to you lot. New to our division. I hope you bring lots of fans up to the Stadium of Light. Enjoy your day up here because we love seeing the away fans come up. So basically, we're on to Sunderland. Now, for me, I like to think you're impartial. It's our club. Of course, we're going to be a little bit biased towards it. I'm forever the optimist. But anyway, we've got if we don't know about Sunderland, we've got the man who can tell you information about Sunderland, and that is the Mad Mistake.
Well, I'm going to leave most of it to you three. I did most of the talking tonight, but I'm torn between the deep blue sea and the devil in the deep blue sea. My brain says that we're not even going to make the playoffs this season, but my heart says we're going to win the league. I could never go against my own side, regardless who the manager is, who the players is. They always get 100% commitment from me, even though I'm not agreed that Phil Pattinson is the man for the job. But I'm hoping and I'm praying with all the luck in the world that we can win this league.
Right, fair dues. So you've got us down in 1st place, which is what I like. Sean, on your prediction league, you've got Sunderland in 1st place as well. Tell us why that is.
Right, well, I've been Tom for this for a while. And I said, I think on Jam Sally's pod, I said that we'd finish around about the playoffs, around about the 5th or 6th. But I think watching us against Hull, there was just some really good signs there. And I didn't understand, like, people on their social media getting on Will Griggs' case just off, because he missed a penalty. What didn't really, what I mean? I think the players were brought in, and I think the players are being linked with as well. That defender we've just brought in, I'm not going to pronounce his name. I'll wait until I hear of Nick Barnes, but he looked a really good defender. I think we looked a really good side. I think if we can obviously be more clinical in front of goal, and then we're bringing another 2 more players in, which I think we will. I'm basing it off that. I'm basing it off we're going to bring another 2 players, an Argentinian striker, Danny Green maybe, and somebody else. And I really think that Phil Parkinson can get it right. I know obviously my mistake doesn't agree, but I think he's had a good pre-season. He knows his squad now. I don't agree with him picking Max Power as captain, but that's fingers crossed that it works out. I think this year it'll be our year, and I'm going to go for it. I'm going to see if we're going to win the league.
Fantastic. 1st place. That defender you can't pronounce, Michael can pronounce him. Michael, how does it go?
Apparently, he said on the club's Twitter his name pronounced is Hamaili. I think that's how he said it. So, but we'll just call him Arby. Arby sounds better.
Arby,
Hamaili from Harry Potter, is that it?
Arby Hamali.
Right, Michael, go on. Sunderland.
Okay. I don't agree with people saying we're not going to make the playoffs. I think that for me, there's realism, and then I think there's, well, I'm not going to go as far as say there's negativity, because if people think that's realistic, fair enough, but I don't get how this side isn't at least playoff standard. I think it's easily a top 6 side. I think we're going to finish 6th at the moment.
Michael Bowers.
I know. I've decided I'm going to try and be pessimistic and see what happens. For me, if Phil Parkinson doesn't make the playoffs with this side, then he should be sacked. There's no way that this side shouldn't make the top 6, at the very least for me. And like Sean said against Hull, although obviously, yes, you can say we still lost the penalty shootout, but at the end of the day, we weren't going to win the Carabao Cup. And it was just going to, and apparently the first 4 rounds of the Cup were going to be played in September, as I said on my own video. So to be honest, getting knocked out of it might actually be a blessing in disguise for us if we use it in the leagues. Yeah. But for me, at the minute, I think we'd finish in the playoffs regardless. I think even if Charlie Wyke did started every game, which I really hope he doesn't, but if he did start every game, I think there'd be enough goals in the team to fit us in the top 6. But I don't think we'd win the playoffs. Will Grigg's form, and I liked O'Brien as well. I think Grigg and O'Brien linked exceptionally well yesterday, or whenever this is going out against Hull.
O'Brien was class.
Will Grigg for me could be the difference whether Sunderland get into the top 2 or not. So I'm going 6th, but I know there's only one spot left, which is a spot which is a spot I'm praying that we get. So I'm going 6th, but come on, Sunderland. If Phil Parkinson's big season for Phil Parkinson, big season for Will Grigg, big season for Sunderland. Let's just get promotion, please. There you go.
Mad mistake.
Just before you have your say, I mean, I totally agree with Michael with Will Grigg. I think Will Grigg could be a different player this season. But the biggest question mark is who's going to supply him with the assists. We need someone like Dan Neil to be given an opportunity by Phil Parkinson, because he's probably the only one that can unlock the defenders. Their defence, sorry.
Good point.
Jordan Howard scored quite well, man. He could do that. But
Ian O'Brien, I think Ian O'Brien was tremendous. He was brilliant. He really impressed me. And so I think he could be the secret weapon. He could be the gem. Him could be.
Right then, as we heard before, Dino left us. Dino has got Sunderland down in 5th place, playoff place. Myself, it is that thing of your head ruling your heart or your heart ruling your head. But for me, my heart says 1st place. My head says 1st place. I don't think, I'm always optimistic. I do think that Will Grigg is going to have a tremendous season. I think he'll finish top scorer in this league. I think everything's going to fall into place. And I think we're going to be up by Easter. I just think this is it. I think this is definitely it for us. And I can't see us finishing any other place than 1st. You know, forget your 2nd. I think up as champions. And that's how confident I am. So on that score, we've got a 1st, a 1st, a 1st, a 6th and a 5th. And it's all irrelevant, your 6th and 5th, because the only place we've got left in our league is 1st. So I just want to say congratulations to Sunderland for the 2021 season on becoming champions of League One.
Pump it up. Sunderland's going up.
I mean, I do think, you know, as a Sunderland channel, I like to think we give a fair comparison and a fair view on everything. But I think 3 of us have got it down as 1st place anyway. So that's how it is. And you know, we are at very worst, a playoff place side. So that's where it's finished. So at the end of the day, the SAFC Fan TV predicted league for this season will be 1st place Sunderland, 2nd Charlton, playoff places 3rd Portsmouth, 4th Hull City, 5th Oxford United, 6th Ipswich Town. Just outside the playoffs in that middle zone are going to be Fleetwood, 7th, 8th Doncaster, 9th Peterborough, 10th Swindon, well done Swindon, 11th Plymouth Argyle.
Reprieve there.
12th are going to be Blackpool, 13th Bristol Rovers, 14th Burton Albion, 15th are Gillingham, 16th Lincoln City. Wigan are in 17th place, 18th place goes to the MK Dons, Shrewsbury in 19th, and just above the drop in 20th place are Hackington Stanley. Unfortunately, the 4 teams going down. 21st place goes to Northampton, 22nd goes to Crewe Alexandra, AFC Wimbledon are 23rd, and finishing bottom of the pile, going down in 24th place, are Rochdale. There are predictions for League One for this coming season. We hope you've enjoyed the vlog. Massive thank you to the Mad Mistake. Thanks, mate. Michael Bowers, cheers. Thanks a lot. There you go. Sean Middleton, cheers. Dino, who was on at the start and then left us because he needed some bevies. And myself, Wee Philly. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do so. It's absolutely free. Give us a like. Leave us a comment. See what you think. Sure. If you agree with what we've come up with in our predictions. And we will see you all live on Thursday night. We'll see you then. Okay, doke. See you. Bye-bye.